Today, I get to take you on the next step in your public service announcement adventure as a writer. So we're going to be working on developing a storyboard for a published PSA. Let me show you what this is going to look like. All right, so first, what is a storyboard? We're going to be creating these, so we have to know what they are. So a storyboard is a sequence of drawings with images and dialogue representing the shots planned for a television production. So here on the right, you have an example of a storyboard for a student-made public service announcement. Here's what we're going to have. So on your storyboard page, you're going to have places for 6 different frames. So these frames are like scenes, and we're going to have in this space right here an image, which that might be a black screen, but you need to kind of plan for that, or an image or video or something that you want in your PSA to get your point across to your viewer. And then you have your text on screen. Again, this is optional, but we need to make sure that we plan for that. And then there's a section for the voiceover down here in the lower rectangle. And that is what the person is saying as the video is playing. All right, so now I get to begin this work, and I'm going to be working with keep our safe places safe. And let me begin our short little video. And you can see right here, it's just father and son, I'm assuming, may not be, but a gentleman and his child are out in the wilderness just enjoying the great outdoors. So let's get started here.
Spending time outdoors has never felt more valuable, whether it's
Okay, very simple. And I encourage you to watch your PSA that you're doing this for over and over and over so you don't miss anything. Okay, so here with this first scene, I have just my quick drawing of what exactly is in the PSA. So as though I were planning this for my own public service announcement. And then down here, I put that place for that voiceover and what the gentleman is saying as this little PSA is playing. So he says, spending time outdoors has never felt more valuable. So sketch, voiceover, there's no text on screen, so I don't need to include that. Let's go to the next part.
exploring nature or relaxing in your yard. Let's do it.
Oh, okay. So here, did you notice that there was a scene change? Again, there's no text on screen, but there's a scene change. So on our storyboard, we need to plan for that. Here we go. So, and I completely forgot. I am so sorry. See, this is why we have to watch it over and over and over. Because the first thing that the voiceover says...
has never felt more valuable.
There we go.
Whether it's exploring nature or relaxing in your yard.
There we go.
Do it responsibly. Before going out, check for...
Do you see all these different changes? Okay, so up to this part, we've already had 3 different scenes. We've had 2 different lines of text or a voiceover. And here we have the people sitting at their little bonfire where he says, let's do it responsibly. Okay, so now we're at this gentleman who's getting ready to leave. So to make the storyboard for this, I simply sketch that out and put the text on screen right here. So there's text on screen here and there's text on screen over here. And then the voiceover. So before going out, check for closures and fire restrictions. Got it. Let me back it up a little bit just to make sure that we are on track. So here is the frame with the people in the backyard. Let's press play.
Before going out, check for closures and fire restrictions. Practice social distancing.
Okay, practice social distancing is our next scene. There's a new place. They're at the park. There's a gal bird watching with her binoculars. And there's new text on screen. So how do I put this into my storyboard? Simply the sketch of what is going on in that public service announcement. The text on the screen is represented here. And then the voiceover in my quotation marks because that's what someone is actually saying. So practice social distancing even when outside and on the trail. Let's press play. Let's see where we are.
Even when outside and on the trail. Back at home.
Did you see that? So they're saying exactly the same thing, but there's a scene change. So it goes from practice social distancing with the gal with the binoculars, and then it says the same thing
even when outside and on the trail.
with a lady walking her dog. So there's a scene change. I have to represent that in my storyboard. And here we are. So notice on this one, it's the only one that really doesn't have a voiceover, but there's the sketch of what's on the screen, and then the text on the screen saying practice social distancing is still there. All right, so we're going to go to the next one because our story continues with our public service announcement.
Back at home with burning yard debris, keep your pile small.
Okay, new scene, new words on screen. I need to represent that in my storyboard. Here we go. So if you notice my sketch, I'm trying to match up with exactly what is on screen with that public service announcement. So text on screen, keep your pile small. Text on my storyboard, keep your pile small. And then the voiceover is represented here with those quotation marks. So everything is matching up.
And no matter where you are, be sure to properly extinguish any outdoor fire. Drown, stir, drown, feel. We're all in this together. Help keep our safe places safe.
Okay, so to get this moving along, I'm just going to go ahead and unveil the rest of mine because I have the next sketch where there's no text on screen, but it says, and no matter where you are, be sure to properly extinguish any outdoor fire. So that voiceover represented with those quotation marks. And then they give the steps for making sure that the fire is put out. So drown. Notice that the voiceover matches the words on the screen here. Stir. Drown. And finally, feel. So if you notice, for each of these frames, there's a little scene change, just a little bit, and the steps are different. I love this PSA because it has those simple steps for people to follow. So we're going to start right here with keep your pile small. I'm going to press play until we get down to feel.
Back at home with burning yard debris, keep your pile small. And no matter where you are, be sure to properly extinguish any outdoor fire. Drown, stir, drown, feel. We're all in this together. Help.
This goes so quickly, so make sure you are ready to press pause so that you can make a good representation on your storyboard. So here I'm finalizing it just a little bit, and I needed one more page. So if you need another page, you are more than welcome to use up another page to finish up. So as they continue and they bring this to an end, they're saying we're all in this together. And there's the picture of the family outdoors again where they started the whole public service announcement. And finally, your very final slide or frame for your viewers to see should be your call to action. So keep our safe places safe. Be safe, beoutdoorsafe.org. Okay, so I just have my little purple Post-its here to cover up, but that is the last one. So writers, today, here's your work. You have two choices to choose from. You have the PSA here that you guys are familiar with, where it talks about children dying from smoking. You had that in a lesson from last week. And then you have another one to choose from, and it's just gonna have a different background. So I put choice number 1 has a blue background, kind of a teal color. And then choice number 2, the PSA is up in the corner for you to click on and watch. And then it has kind of that peachy salmon color in the background. And when you're done, you must do, here's your list. So you must create your storyboard for one of the given PSAs. It's your choice whether you do choice 1 or choice 2. And then you must submit your sketches, your storyboard into Canvas. And then your may-do list. You may write for enjoyment, complete the extension, complete any missing work from this list right here to make sure that you are caught up and ready to continue with quarter 3. If you have any questions, please ask your teacher, and happy writing.